When a nuclear device detonates, it really makes no difference at all if you're 50 meters away or 100 meters away. Sure, one of the numbers is twice as big as the other, but it's a distinction without a difference. Some things are different, but because they make no difference, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you've joined me for Mornings with Bishop Robert today. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, because you're the reason I do this. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew, and help them get to know Him and His Word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Also, join our email list so you get a free copy of my book, Count to One. You get Mornings with Bishop Robert sent directly to your inbox every day, and lots of other great benefits. Click the link in the description and you'll find out all the details. So now grab your cup and lift it up, because it's time for today's discussion. You know, sometimes things don't make a difference because they're just too small. After my dad passed away, I moved the balance of his bank account to the one I had set up for his estate. Well, a few days later, his bank called me to tell me that 4 cents had been deposited as interest on a transaction. They actually asked me to drive to the bank, meet with a banker, sign some paperwork, and then wait while they got a manager to approve, print, and sign a check. For 4 cents. I said no. I wouldn't walk across the street to get 4 cents. Some things matter, others don't. 4 cents makes no difference. Well, today's verse says, "No weapon forged against you will prevail." We have an enemy who's intent on our destruction. How does he plan to attack? It makes no difference. Because as we walk with Christ, no weapon forged against us will prevail. Oh, but he has hordes of demons and mountains of evil temptations available to him. But it makes no difference. Everything that comes into the life of a follower of Jesus is Father filtered. And the things our Father in heaven chooses to allow will end up bringing us greater grace and Him greater glory as we walk through them in faith. One small example illustrates this point perfectly. King Hezekiah was ruling in Jerusalem when the king of Assyria decided to attack him. Hundreds of thousands of Assyrian soldiers and chariots surrounded the city of Jerusalem on every side. They were strong. They were battle-hardened. They had wiped out multiple other kings. The Assyrian leaders told the people of Jerusalem, "Don't let Hezekiah deceive you. He won't be able to deliver you out of our hand." You know, they were right and they were wrong at the same time. They were right. King Hezekiah had nowhere near enough troops to even mount a serious defense. But they were wrong. You see, they thought they were going to have to fight King Hezekiah. They weren't. They should have stopped when they were picking their fight with Hezekiah. But instead, the Assyrians kept taunting. They said, "None of the other captured kingdoms were saved by their gods." You know, challenging King Hezekiah is one thing. Challenging the God of the universe, well, that's quite another. The king of Assyria didn't know that God, the true God, was for King Hezekiah. Oh, but he was about to find out. You see, that night, God sent one angel, and that angel killed 185,000 Assyrian soldiers. When the people got up the next morning, there were all the dead bodies. Well, not surprisingly, the king of Assyria fled back to Nineveh. Now, how many soldiers did the king of Israel have? You know, the Bible doesn't even mention the number. The answer? It makes no difference. Because as we walk with Christ, no weapon forged against us will prevail. There's a battle coming when the nations of the world will surround Jerusalem to destroy it. Major armies with advanced weaponry. How many soldiers and weapons will they have, you might wonder? The answer? Makes no difference. You've got battles coming in your life. How many and when? The answer? It makes no difference. Because no weapon forged against you can prevail as you stand in Christ. You see, if God is for us, and He is, then it makes no difference who's against us. If we walk in His strength, it makes no difference how strong the enemy may be. If He is our shield, it makes no difference what weapons the enemy employs, because no weapon forged against you will prevail. Ever. The answer is that it makes no difference. The answer is always that it makes no difference. God is for us, and no weapon forged against us will prevail. And that makes all the difference. Hey, as we wrap up this morning, having come to the end of our time, can I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew? And then help them get to know Him and His Word personally and better? Would you please like this video? It really does help more people see it. Then click follow or subscribe so that you and I can get together every day. Or even better, click the link in the description and sign up for our email list. One more thing. Please share this with a friend. Because as you do, you're part of the team, touching more than 1 million hearts all over the world with the love of Jesus. Thanks for helping.